celebrate. They have done it.
Hi everyone, back to the More YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview. That's right, Newcastle are back after the parade, after the Town Moor, after all the excitement. We're back at it in the Premier League. Newcastle United against Brentford under the lights at St James's Park this Wednesday, quarter-to-8 kickoff. It's 6th versus 11th in the Premier League, and we're going to get stuck right into this, talk about how we think the lads are going to line up, talk about the opposition. Good side, Brentford. They're not going to be a pushover at all, but this is the first of 10 cup finals Newcastle are going to have to play if they want to secure Champions League on top of the success of the League Cup this season. We're getting stuck right into this. If this is the kind of thing you like, smash subscribe, like the channel, help it grow, get to the next milestone. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. So as I say, this is all after the adulation, the excitement of the League Cup. It seems almost like this is a pre-season. There's been such a big break in international football because we're out the FA Cup as well. We've waited so long to get back to action. It almost seems like a pre-season, and this is the first game of a new season for Newcastle starting. It's almost how they have to start, I think, with these 10 games coming up. 6 of these games are at home, and at Newcastle United's home, St James's Park, we are strong there, and we expect to win football games, and this one's going to be no different. But these guys are a good side, no pushover. They beat us 4-2 earlier on this season at their place. They were brilliant. We were really bad, and they are a dangerous side. But this is the team that I think Eddie Howe is going to pick for Wednesday night. And surprise, surprise, it is the cup-winning team. It's the first chance these lads have got to step out on St James's Park's pitch after winning the League Cup. The noise is going to be off the charts, next level shit. You know, war flags will be out in massive attendance again, I'm sure, giving the lads exactly what they need, what they want. All those fans who were at Wembley, all those fans who were in the town or at the Town Moor on Saturday will be wanting to be in the stadium, making it raucous, making it loud, making it uncomfortable for Brentford. And those lads will want to put on a performance for the Toon Army at St James's Park. And I think they can. I really do. You know, I think that League Cup is going to give them extra confidence. It's going to make them, 10 foot taller stepping on that pitch. Dan Burn, what a week Dan Burns had, what a couple of weeks Dan Burns had, scoring that header, the first goal to win us the Cup. England nearly scored for England as well. Yes, there was a bit of stupid little journalistic bollocks about is he right for England and all that, but he doesn't care. Dan Burns is even taller than he was, last week because of what he's gone through over the last couple of weeks. Nick Pope hopefully will be sharper, pulled off some good saves in the cup final, looked a bit better than he has done previous to that when we were all screaming for Dubravka to come back in. Look at that back four. Kieran Trippier seems to be back to his very best. The leadership qualities that he's shown, the quality on the ball that he's shown, the way it's steady the play. Tino over on the other side, filling in for Lewis Hall remarkably well. He's going to have to be bang at it for the Brentford opposition player, which I'll get stuck into in a minute. The back two there of Burn and Cher. Cher has made me concerned this season, but he looked back to his best against Liverpool. We need Cher to continue that form for these last 10 games as well. The midfield three, it picks itself right now. Bruno Guimaraes, the captain, fantastic. He's been on absolute fire since the cup finals, Bruno Guimaraes. You've got Sandro Tonali, who's just incredible in that number 6 role. Joe Litton looks back to his big beast bastard best of just destroying players that come across him. We are missing Anthony Gordon still for this game. This is the last game of his suspension. So Harvey Barnes will get another chance to impress. And I fancy Harvey Barnes against this lot. They've got some injuries at fullback. And I think Barnes could really have one of them good games. He looked good in the final. He looked up for it. He was alert. He was busy. Dangerous, snuck in and he got himself a goal. And I think a goal's coming for Barnes. I can feel it in my water. Jacob Murphy continued the right-hand side. He's still in good form. And the main man through the middle, Alexander Isak, been away with his country, a world-class goal and a world-class assist. And the lad just gets better and better and better. Now Erling Haaland seems to be injured as well. Isak will be fancying his chances to try and shoot himself to the top of the goal-scoring charts in the Premier League. But this is not going to be an easy game whatsoever because Brentford are a really good side. Thomas Frank is a very good manager as well. And looking at the Premier League table, looking at the goals that Brentford have scored. So Brentford sit in 11th position. They've actually scored more goals than Newcastle have. They've got 50 goals this season. They've conceded 45, though. So they can be got at defensively. But the big reason that they've scored 50 goals this season, there's 2 big reasons. One of them is Yohan Wissa, who's an absolutely brilliant player. I think he scored against us in the previous fixture as well. He actually scored for them as well in the last game where they won. They beat high-flying Bournemouth 2-1 at their place. Wissa got a goal. And this guy is a dangerous player. He's busy. He picks up little pockets of space in between the centre halves. He can pull out wide. He's got a thunder bastard of a strike of him. He's an excellent player, exactly the kind of player I'd love Newcastle at the sign, to be brutally honest with you. He knows where the back of the net is. He can finish with aplomb, and he's always busy. He's always full of running, and he's a really, really dangerous player. Looking at the rest of the team as well, Ayers filling in at fullback. I think Barnes can get some change out of him, tuck it inside and unleashing that shot that he likes to do. Nathan Collins is a really good centre-half as well, but he's going to have his work cut out for him against Alexander Isak. We've been linked to Nathan Collins. He is a decent player, strong defender, a little bit of pace about him, picks up good positions, but it's a different kettle of fish team with Alexander Isak. Lewis Potter looks good at fullback as well. The double pivot that I have of Norgard and Janelt as well, they get stuck in. Norgard scored a goal as well in the last game. He was man of the match. He was brilliant. But the big threat for me is, on top of Wissa, is Bryan Mbeumo. He is such an unbelievable player. This guy, this season alone, has got 15 Premier League goals in 29 appearances and 5 assists. And there's no wonder that Newcastle are linked to this lad. Every single transfer window, there's talk of a £50 million release clause, not to sound like these thirsty fans who are trying to sign Alexander Isak. I would love us to sign Bryan Mbeumo. I think he's such a good player. He would fit into our system unbelievably well. Jacob Murphy's been brilliant. There's no doubt about it. But Mbeumo is the next level. He really, really is. And we have to be on our toes. We really do. Tino Livramento has to use his pace to nullify Bryan Mbeumo's involvement in the game on Wednesday, because he can win a game on his own. He can set up Wissa. He can tuck inside and like an unbelievable striker. He did that against us in the other fixture as well. We didn't close him. He smashed one in the top bins. We cannot let that happen. Joe Linton's going to have to be bang at it as well, coming across to protect Tino and Hall as well. So I beg your pardon, Tino and Byrne. Sorry, I was wishing Lewis Hall was back there for a minute. Tino and Byrne and Joe Linton on that left-hand side. They've got to be strong. They've got to nullify that play from Mbeumo, and Shea and Byrne have to stop Wissa picking those pockets of space. But listen, after the couple of weeks Newcastle United have had, we're going to go into this game full of confidence. There's no doubt about it. Those fans will absolutely tear the roof off St James's Park when those lads step out onto the grass. And it's the first time they've had a chance to put their boots on after the final. And they have to stand up and they have to show everybody why they're League Cup winners. And this is the first of 10 games that Newcastle need to get points in to get that Champions League position. And they'll want that. There's no doubt about it. Newcastle are no longer a club who are just happy to settle and sit there and accept what they've won. And what they've done is a brilliant achievement. It's the first trophy in 70 years, but they want more. They know Champions League is a possibility. Why not go for both? Why not end the season as League Cup winners and Champions League place winners in terms of the league positions? I'd say winners might make it sound a bit tin pot, but getting the Champions League is a huge achievement. It really, really is. And if Newcastle can end the season winning the trophy and getting into the top 4 or top 5 positions, that is a remarkable season. And it will help us keep these star players that are pivotal to our development as a football club. And it's not just the players, it's the sponsorship money, the corporate deals that go with it, with the Champions League, the credence of it, the exposure of the club, all that kind of stuff that goes hand in hand with the Champions League. And next time in the Champions League, we hope we don't get the group of death and we can really have a good fist at it. If we'd had a group like Villa had, I know they had some big teams in there, but if we'd had a group like Villa had, we could have got to the knockout stages. It wasn't for a shit penalty decision. We probably could have got to the next level anyway in terms of the Champions League, because that was never a pen over in Paris. They just let them fucking have that to keep them in the competition. But going back to this game, this is not an easy game. Brentford are capable of turning it on. They can show up in Newcastle. They can dig in deep. They can hit us on the break with real quality in the shape of Wissa and Mbeumo, and we really need to make sure that we're bang at it. We're switched on tactically. We use the ball well. We don't lose the ball. We get our key players in position. We released Murphy. We released Barnes. We released Isak through the middle. And if Newcastle can get an early goal and get in control of this game, then we could really go on and get the points. But it's not going to be easy. I do like Brentford as a side, and there's some dangerous players in there that we have to be very, very mindful of. But I do fancy Newcastle to get the points in this game. I think the adulation and the high from the cup win in the weekend that's just gone, it's going to be ringing in the lads' ears. Their chests are going to be out. Their hearts are going to be thumping. They're going to want to reward that unbelievable fan base that's going to turn out on Wednesday night for them. And I think Newcastle United are going to win this game 2-1. I think Brentford will stick a goal in. Those two lads in particular are dangerous players and they're able to pick up pockets of space. I think they will get a goal, but I think Newcastle will win this game 2-1 and then start that Champions League march to the last game of the season and hopefully secure 4th or 5th position in the Premier League. But let us know in the comments below what you think about this game. Do you agree with our line? Do you think it'll be the same? Do you think Eddie will make any changes? If so, what do you think he'll make? And are you worried about Brentford as a side? Who's the danger man for you for Brentford? Is it Wissa and Buemo, or is it somebody else? Let us know in the comments below. We always like to hear from you. If you drop a comment in, we'll do our best to reply. Like and subscribe. Help the channel grow. I'll be back with a live post-match reaction to the Brentford game on Wednesday. Hopefully Newcastle United have the points in the bag and we'll go in for this Champions League position. Full tilt. Away the lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a belter, and we'll see you later. Cheers.